They knew they wouldn't come back, but they went anyway to destroy Hitler's most powerful shipyard. It was March 28, 1942, the night the British Royal Navy launched one of the most daring raids of World War II. Codenamed Operation Chariot, it wasn't just another battle, it was a suicide mission. The target, St. Nazaire, a heavily fortified port on the French coast. Inside that port stood the Normandy dock, the only facility on the entire Atlantic coast capable of repairing Germany's largest battleship, the Tirpitz. The Tirpitz was Hitler's pride, a floating fortress capable of annihilating Allied convoys in the Atlantic. If that dock stayed operational, the German Navy would dominate the seas. So the British decided, we'll destroy it, even if it costs us everything. The plan was insane. A team of 600 commandos and sailors would sail straight into Nazi-controlled waters aboard an old destroyer, the HMS Campbeltown, disguised to look like a German warship. The Campbeltown was loaded with tons of explosives hidden under steel and timber. Its mission? Ram the dock gates and explode hours later, obliterating the only dock capable of servicing Hitler's battleships. To sell the deception, they even raised a German naval flag and timed the approach to match the tides perfectly. Every man on board knew the odds. Most wouldn't return. But they went anyway. As the Campbeltown and its escort boats approached the French coast under cover of night, German spotlights cut through the darkness. For a few tense moments, the deception worked. The Germans thought it was one of their own ships. But then, the alarm blared. Tracer fire lit up the night sky. The British ships roared forward at full speed, running straight into a storm of bullets. The Campbeltown slammed into the dock gate. The explosion timer was set. Commandos poured out, launching a chaotic close-quarters battle against overwhelming German forces. They fought street by street, grenade by grenade, knowing this was a one-way fight. By dawn, most of the raiding force was dead or captured. But their mission wasn't over. At 10:35 a.m., hours after the raid, the Campbeltown's hidden explosives detonated. The blast was catastrophic. It destroyed the massive dock gates, flooded the harbor, and killed hundreds of German soldiers inspecting the ship. The Normandy dock was completely disabled, and it stayed that way for the rest of the war. The Tirpitz never dared enter the Atlantic again. Out of the 600 men who went, 169 were killed and 215 taken prisoner. But the mission succeeded beyond imagination. Winston Churchill called it a supreme example of courage and ingenuity. One German officer later wrote, "The British may have lost a ship, but they destroyed a symbol of German naval pride." For their bravery, 89 medals were awarded, including 5 Victoria Crosses, Britain's highest military honor. Operation Chariot proved something vital, that courage and deception could achieve what brute force couldn't. It also marked a turning point in Allied strategy, showing the world that the impossible could be done with sheer determination. Today, the remains of the HMS Campbeltown's twisted steel still lie under the waters of St. Nazaire, a silent monument to the men who knew they wouldn't come back, but went anyway.